Oh shit. Dude, my chair is mad cracked. Got this job for cheap, bro. Alright. There's this book called The Body Keeps the Score. It covers a lot of stuff. It's a great read. The most important book I ever read. Your body tells you a lot. I think that everyone sort of has a baseline steady appearance that they should generally be at. I think the way you physically appear says everything about what's happening internally. And one thing I believe in is the higher self. I believe that there's always a version of you that is deserving of better things. There's always a version of you that you can walk to that is waiting for you to meet them. I think no matter where you are in life, no matter how far you've gone, no matter how much you've changed, there's just this really persistent desensitizing and getting used to that everybody experiences, you know what I mean? To your detriment or to your growth. And it's a hard thing to know whether or not something is benefiting you or something is harming you sometimes. And sometimes you need outer input, sometimes you need people that have seen you for however long to tell you, like, hey, you good? You know what I mean? Because sometimes you get used to how you look. Sometimes you just see how you look and you just like, you know. I think understanding how to read and feel out physical symptoms you're experiencing is super important, I think it's ironic that there are things that we do in our youth, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, sort of to help us build cognitive function and attunement to our body, but people stop doing this throughout their life, and it's like you should keep doing it, you know what I mean? You should keep doing things that push your body to wake up in different places, because being attuned to your senses is super important. Being attuned to everything happening in your body is super important. Your body can tell you things that your brain won't even know. You talk about like anxiety or nervousness. One thing that I learned really early is that butterflies, they're not a good sign. You know what I mean? I used to get butterflies with the most awful people, and sometimes those butterflies would turn into just like a fizz, just like a full body frizzing. Like I'd just be like frantic around certain people, and unfortunately some people are aware of that, and they'll tell you it's a good thing, and it's not good to feel anxious around somebody. It's not good to have intense anxiety around somebody to the point where your thoughts are clouded. That's never a good sign. If you can't cognitively function around somebody, bro, that's your body telling you this is fight or flight. That's your body going in fight or flight. That pure, mental tranquility, that pure stillness in your mind, sometimes that is your body telling you get the fuck out. A lot of people have been in these like situations enough to be used to themselves in that mental state. And there's this connection between the brain and the body that, your nervous system is a highly attuned system. It is perfectly designed to protect you, But sometimes emotions get in the mix of that. And, one thing about emotions is like, they're not real, man. Like, emotions are biological, they're historical, they, you talk about genetic structure and stored trauma, passed down through generations. Sometimes emotional reactions are not even your own. Sometimes it's literally just what your body knows how to do in that moment because it's been carried down for so long. There are people that have irrational fears because of generational trauma. There are people that continue generational cycles because they're being controlled by their emotions. They're being, like, you're literally controlled by something you're not choosing. If that isn't crazy, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. You know? Once you understand emotions at a chemical level, and you understand that your receptors are like your moods, you know, a lot of people depend on their moods to tell them what to do or not to do. And you can't depend on your moods, man. Like, your moods are second to best to your emotions, you know, because moods are so highly inconsistent to where you gotta get to a point where you just let them hoes fly. You just gotta let it fly, man. You can't be affected by those. And it takes time, you know, it takes time to not be affected by your moods. You know, there are apps for that. You know, you can get a mood tracker. Get a little mood tracking app. See how much you fluctuate even in a day. And you'll realize how untrustworthy it is. You know, one thing someone told me is that they're like warning signs, you know, literally. Just as a deer sees a headlights and it freezes. It's like, you know, any normal functioning being would think, fast thing, bright, I can't see, get out the way, you know. But sometimes we get stuck in repeated cycles, and we don't know how to escape. And you really got to learn how to sit with yourself. You got to learn how to feel things out without taking action. You got to learn how to feel things out. And it takes time. It takes practice. It takes, you know, exposure therapy, if you will, to feel these things out and be like, okay, so this is how my body reacts to XYZ. And this is what I can learn from this. You know, you kind of have to practice that.